Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So today I'm very tired because emotionally tired because today I woke up with many changes, many things that had happened that I had to rethink and reorganize for my next steps. Um, so it's been like heavy. So I am very tired of it. Um, so I can feel it, like if I have fever or something. So for you to know, we are already in the energy, deep in the getting inside the energy of Leo, of the sign of Leo, but we are following the Atlantean calendar, so that's why we will keep with Cancer until the 29th this month. Hmm? Um, so, because we are still in Cancer, you will still watch this face of someone that is emotionally destroyed. So, I guess that all of you remember what is an atom, because the topic today is atomic. Um, we spoke many times about this, so I guess all of you already know. Um, okay, so atomic. What is atomic? Remember, first of all, atomos. Um, atomos comes from the Greek language, and it means no division. Okay, so atomos means no division, without any division. So the word tomos means something that is divided, and atomos something that is impossible to divide or is not divided. So why do we call atom to something that has different parts? So when we go to school, usually we learn that an atom has different elements. So why it's called an atom if it has different elements? So we have these three elements on an atom, mainly a proton, a neutron, and an electron. The electron is a negative charge, proton has a positive charge, and neutron, as its name is saying, it is neutral. So it can be also that there is no neutron in the atom. It can be that it has only one proton, one electron, or has many electrons or has many protons. So that would be the different charges of an atom that makes a structure much more compact or much more flexible. So the different atomic charge, that would be the amount of electrons or the amount of protons that an atom has, would show which chemical element it is according to the weight that it has of matter. So remember that yesterday we said that these particles here are the matter. So the rest is just void filled up with magnetism because of the positive and negative electricity in between both of them. So most of it is void. And the connection between different atoms, they don't touch each other. They just share sometimes some electrons that would be the atom entanglement, but besides that, this void is not filled. The electrons are not crossing in the middle. They are always holding the structure of the core, okay? So they don't mix each other. But sometimes the entanglement makes that one electron that comes here, whoop, goes that way. So they are all the time shared. And that makes a very strong structure. It is like if a sun is sharing planets with another sun, something like that. So if as you see, when we call atom to this, but we have 1, 2, and 3 objects here. But if I open the structure of the proton, I will see quarks and quantum. So it goes tinier and tinier. All these particles are called subatomic because they are under the atom. Okay, so eventually some scientists discovered that this one here could be seen much more wider, and you see proton, neutron, and the electrons. So they call that subatomical particles. But then they took these particles and they start to see this. They began to see that there are many other structures inside. So there comes this moment that we have so many subatomical particles that you start to see that there is no atom really, that there is no atomic reality, that there's nothing that is one, the bottom of everything. So that's why they started to call it the quantum. The quantum is quantify the things you can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you still can count it, it's part of the quantum. Okay. So they went beyond the atom because an atom is really not atom because it has many parts. So now what happened is that eventually someone saw that this quantifiable aspect, the same thing that you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on the environment, depending on the context, they can also behave as a wave. So eventually they could see that the same things that were quantified, they can also be measured as a wave. And maybe they are all connected as one. So now, suddenly, all the different particles of the subatomical reality can also be seen as a wave. So in this way of thinking, as we spoke yesterday about existence, we can think that this particle here is equal 1. Is equal 1. But if I have another particle, it's also 1, but I can count it. So I can say that each one of the next particles are a unity by itself. So they are one particle, one particle, one particle, or I can count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Because they are particles. So I can see them by separated. So what happened here when the particle starts to behave as a wave? They start to behave as a wave And so now we don't have 1, 2, 3, 4 particles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 frequencies in one vibration. So what we have here is that an atom. So 1, 2, 3, 4 particles with a neutron and a proton. So when these these electrons stop behaving as electrons, as particles, they start to behave as a wave. So suddenly we have only one wave with different 4 tops of frequency. Okay, so that's an atom. So we can see this now in a different example, because this atom can join with other atoms and create a molecule, and the molecule creates a chemical element, and the chemical element a component, and that component creates an organ, and that organ or a cell, and that cell organs, and so on until they create life. Okay, so let's take a look into a different thing. So I have here the 5 senses. These 5 things. See? So I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 senses that shape one human, which is the same unity. So they are different senses of itself. They are a unity by itself, but they can mean only one thing. So I can also say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees, or I can say there is a forest. So we can say here that we have 5 individuals in one family. We can say 5 individuals in one humanity. As we have said, each individual is an electron inside an atom, or a frequency inside a wave. Okay? So now we have here a human staring at human, but we can also say an electron staring another electron. And what we see here is that we perceive the other one as different because we are watching the matter aspect of this, because we see the particles, and the particles are basically the part that that is the basis of our reality. So each one of these electrons is a tiny particle of reality that is the base of the creation of our body. So our body is basically electrons and protons all together, organized in different ways. So, but they are the basis. They are that. So when a person sees the reality, it sees the particles, it sees the parts. Our observer is designed to perceive the parts. Okay, so that's why we can see part of things. We can see one human, 2 humans, because we are made on the base of electrons and atoms, particles, parts. So what happened here when the particle stops behaving as a part and starts to behave as a wave? Suddenly the particles disappear, So all the bases of reality also disappear. What we perceive as parts, they disappear. So we now can understand that these two parts are only one, that every human is just an extension of the other. In other words, we are one. That thing that we usually say, we are all one. Yesterday I said, what is real? Reality. What is real? Real comes from the Latin res, that means one thing. So what is reality? What is real? Real is the quality of being one. Only one thing. So if everything is one, how can I exist? In order to exist, I have to get out from what is real, from the one thing. So I have to get out from where I am staying. So how does someone to exist? It goes out from what it is, forcing the other one to do the same, to go out from what it is. What is to exist? To exist is basically to get out from reality. So this is real. This is real. And this is to exist. So me here, imagine that this here, this one here is Matthias. So this is me, Matthias. So I am not real. I exist, but I'm not real. Here, Gan, a spirit or other one, whoever, another person, also exists, but is not real. Unless I connect with the other one as if I am one with it. And that's real. When the universe behaves as a wave, everything is real, everything is one, is a wave, it's connected. But when the universe behaves as a particle, everything exists, but is divided in parts. So what we have to find is atomic consciousness. What atomic consciousness means to know is to acknowledge myself one with the everything. Acknowledge myself one with the everything. Basically is realize that being one. This is why we can say that God is one, that God is the atom. Because God is one, behaving as many gods. God is one, behaving as many. So this is why one God is many gods. One human or many different humans is a humanity. Many trees is a forest. Many planets is a galaxy. But also a human with a tree, with an animal, with an insect, with an atom, with a mineral, they are nature. Everything in the universe is constituted by subatomic particles, and that's why everything in the universe is only one. The only reason why the consciousness divides itself in many perceptions is to understand the parts of the unity. The only reason why the consciousness divides itself in many perceptions is just to understand the parts of the unity. This is why we could say that nothing really exists, but it only exists because the reality decided to express itself in parts. The vibration today is que. The statement today is I am the root of truth. The code today is the node Antarctica related to Pisces. Related to Pisces, the node of Antarctica that you can locate close to Antarctica below the island of Tasmania in Australia. So today, 22nd, starts our new mantra for this month until August 21st. We wrap the task that we are doing of connecting every day. Just when we go to sleep, we say a mantra, I am, and the word. So we are shaping the whole pattern of the Merkaba that we are all building. So from today, tonight, when we go to sleep, we just think about I am light. This is the mantra for this month. So every night that you go to sleep until August 21st, just say I am light. So let's begin with alignment. Sit comfortable, close our eyes, and concentrate in our breathings. I take a deep breath and I become aware of my entire body and the space where I find myself in. I become aware of the objects, the shapes, the colors around me. I become aware of the air that I breathe through my nose at each breath. I recognize the sensations that my body feels in this environment. If I feel comfortable, hot or cold. Softly, I start to caress, to touch and massage each part of my body as I organize it in a new position for it to be relaxed. As I touch and stretch, I can feel everything that I can sense, watch, touch, smell. All of it is just a perception in my brain that doesn't really exist. It is not real. It is only the feeling of all my atoms and its force. As I touch and caress my own self and any object around, I become aware that nothing is real, that everything that I sense and perceive are just the atoms, and its magnetical force is just these tiny particles that they don't even exist. They are just one wave. They are a vibration that connects everything, like an ocean. Nothing is really separated. Everything is one. Division is just an illusion. This is the only truth. The everything is just an atom. And I allow myself to expand my atomic consciousness, where everything and everyone, all of us, are just one. Each part of myself, every element, object, animal, plant, mineral, human, everything is just a tiny part of a great wave. We are all one. We are the atom. And my existence, this particle that I am, is just a root for this great truth. I am the root of the truth. I am the root of truth. I am the root of truth. I feel, I feel, I feel. I feel the unity. I am the unified field. I take a deep breath, and each one at its own time, come back here and now. Thank you everybody for being here another day. And as always, see you tomorrow at the same time.